Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Konosuba Resurrection of Verdia. And for those of you who don't know about Konosuba, you're kind of living under a rock. You might want to have to check that out. It's probably one of the most popular anime thus far, and it is getting a season 3. It's taking a while. Anyway, this game is based off of season 1, where Aqua killed Verdia in episode 6, and that's with the combined teamwork of Kazuma, Aqua, Megumin, Darkness, and all of Axel. But at the cost of actually having a debt that pretty much robbed them of all the reward money. Anyway, speaking of the party in question, Aqua is not only a useless goddess, but she's a useless goddess who pretty much pull up bar tabs everywhere she goes, and on top of the fact having the lowest intelligence of the entire team but has the strongest holy magic. Darkness is a masochistic knight who is beyond perverted so long as she knows about it, and more importantly, she can't swing a sword to save her life, but she's a tank. And then there's Megumin, everyone's favorite character, somewhat. And she pretty much blows things up randomly with explosion magic, and the only thing she knows is the spell explosion, which takes all of her MP, leaving her pretty much completely, lifeless. Well, not killing her, but she just can't use magic for a whole entire day because she used up all of her MP. And then there's Kazuma, a guy who died, came back, and became an adventurer and is saddled with these three. So yeah, I wouldn't actually feel sympathy for him because he's an asshole. There's a reason they call him Kazu Trash. So what's happening here? Verdia went and hypnotized Aqua, Darkness, and Megumin. And Verdia came back from the depths of hell to try to seek revenge. Meanwhile, Kazuma's trying to think of a punishment for Aqua for leaving him behind with all the chores. Only for him to realize that his team has been hypnotized by Verdia. So, with that said, this is a terrible thing for all of Axel, since these three are pretty much, how should I put it, unruly already, and every way they go, despite them actually being the most prolific members of the Axel guild, they tend to cause collateral damage wherever they go. Especially Megumin. This is not going to bode well for the people of Axel. And Kazuma basically broke the fourth wall, talking about some gamer sense. Well, to be fair, that's what he was before he died, but still. I gotta give credit to the sprite work where credit is due. They did a wonderful job with this. And for the record, you can't really buy it anymore because it's sold out. I'm talking about this game. However, you can actually find it online, downloaded by Redditors, and fan-subbed. And there's a reason why. Because you try to buy the game, it's going to be in Japanese subs. So, have fun with that. Since the man came back from hell, he's got a grudge against Kazuma and his entire party, and rightfully so, since they kept blowing up his goddamn castle. And for the record, where we were standing in front of was in fact Kazuma's mansion, which they got in, I do believe, episode 8? Yeah, they got that in episode 8 because the Frost Shogun was 7. God have mercy. Don't worry, we'll be seeing the Frost Shogun pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean part 3. Anyway, actually no, it's part 4. Anyway, we're just gonna be going through this area, and of course you're gonna run into this guy, who happens to always be that guy trying to act cool and badass, when in actuality, all he is a guy who frequents the guild and do nothing. So basically, he's just trying to look cool, just to make Kazuma inspired. Well, again, it's been revealed that he absolutely does nothing. And here we go. This right here is actually a scroll that will tell you exactly what's going on with the controls, and you only see it here in the intro stage. There's going to be also other scrolls, one in particular at the start of Verdia's castle that you might want to pay attention to. Right now we only got Steel, Create Water, and I do believe Freeze. Those are his only 3 skills so far, and sadly you'll have to earn the rest of them by, no, actually more like buy the rest of them by picking up Eris. Eris is the currency of Axel, and the gold Eris is 200, I do believe the bronze is 150, and the silver is 50. You'll be grinding to get a lot of Eris in order for you to buy skills or upgrade your skills. And for the record, this right here with the guild card is going to be your save point. And for the record, this is somewhat of a Mega Man-esque game. So as you can see, I'm actually doing pretty good here. And I put it on normal for a reason. The only thing hard and very hard will do is more damage. That's all. To the point where it actually is pretty hard. But don't worry, I have beaten this game, so we will be in good standing and in good hands. And it will be gone. I mean, this playthrough will just be here and gone by part 6, basically. Because it's a really short game. And then again, it did come with the first season DVD for the Japanese version. And for the record, you're probably going to be leveling up. This isn't a Metroidvania or anything. This is, again, a Mega Man type game with leveling up. And yes, there are quests that you could take to get more Eris, because as you buy more skills, it's going to be expensive to actually buy them, because they'll be in the 30s to all the way to the 50,000s. And I think there's only 3 levels, I believe. But whatever the case, Steel is probably going to be your most trusted spell. For one reason and one reason only. Steel will steal MP and HP from the enemy, which in turn will return it to you. However, Steel has another purpose. Due to Kazuma's incredibly high luck, Steel also will steal the panties or underwear off of enemies. I'm not kidding, that's what it does, but then again, it does that in the show already. And right now, we just went through the city of Axel, where there is still some enemies going about. And we're gonna need this right here, because we're about to face off against our first intro boss, and over the hill is Verdia's castle. Oh Lord, wait till part 2. Just wait. Anyway, this golem is familiar to many people who's watched the show, because the golem actually is with the Destoyer, if I'm not mistaken. And the entire town tried to fight off the golems. So there is that. This golem should not take much damage. I mean, actually, it shouldn't take much time to beat it, really. It's sort of like Gutsman, and it creates a shockwave, but other than that, and also a rock wave too, so otherwise this guy is not really hard at all. However, we're about to get some unfortunate callbacks to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Despite you actually doing good, all of a sudden the main villain, or the main villain's right-hand man, comes and steals your shit. So, yeah, it is definitely Symphony of the Night. That's kind of a thing. that's one thing you don't want to mimic. I mean, Symphony of the Night is one of my favorite Castlevania games. Seriously, man, just stealing my shit? And here's the thing, I'm gonna have to buy all of them, including what I just got lost, all over again, from level 1. So yeah, I'm gonna have to build up some Eris off-screen to do that. So, I'm gonna have to, awaken them. And by awaken them, I mean Aqua, Megumin, and, Darkness. But unfortunately, Kazuma decides to, retreat, considering that, despite his luck, he has no chance. So, in other words, he's going to go back to the guild and just wait for them to come back, because he feel if they get hungry enough, they'll break Verdia's spell and come back. This fool right here. There is a reason why everyone calls him Trashima or Kazu Trash. But little does he know, Verdia's spell doesn't just break within a few days. But instead, the worst happened, that all three are rampaging throughout the entirety of Axel, and we need to stop them. Unfortunately, we're obligated to stop them. And for the record, yes, that is the big-breasted receptionist who's constantly leaning over and her boobs spilling out. What did you expect? I mean, it is Konosuba, a parody of basically all the isekais. And goddamn, is one of the most hilarious ones. But she's normally the bearer of bad news. And of course, she's living up to her reputation in the show, being the bearer of bad news. By the way, they actually gave her and Darkness jiggle physics in the game. But that's not the point. Point of the matter is, she's just bringing Kazuma bad news, which makes his situation a lot worse than what it already is. And perfect description of Aqua, who basically drinks high quantities of liquor without care. Megumin, who is causing explosive magic everywhere and is causing a lot of noise, which is how Verdia even got involved with Axel in the first place. And a female knight with suspicious eyes who was reported as perverted. I think Aqua's probably no. They're all harmful. They really are. Now that I stop to think about it, I was about to say Aqua was the least harmful, but no, they are harmful. Have you seen Darkness in Season 2 when she thinks Kazuma was going to do something extremely perverted to her? That's all you need to know. But yes, Kazuma will have to clean this mess up. And once again, thanks to those three, Kazuma's gonna have to pay Axel a lot of money. But whatever the case, there's one thing Kazuma will be known for, and that is the fact that he is in fact an advocate of gender equality. That he will drop kick. There it is right there. There's the line. And he'll drop kick a girl without hesitation. God, I love this show and this game. I hope my laughing doesn't distract you from the playthrough, but God, this is so freaking hilarious. And I'm glad I get to play this for you guys. Considering fresh off of the heels of Gen 3, I'm so glad I get to play this, but I'm going to end it here. Yes, there are quests, and yes, there are shops, and I'll probably show off the quest list in the shop, but in the next episode, I am going to be taking on Megumin first, because after all, Megumin is probably going to be the one that gives you one of the most potent spells in the game. Again,